When Lowrance introduced their high-definition broadband system a few seasons ago, a lot of people thought it was impossible to take recreational sonar any further. But Lowrance have been on the job and they've come up with something even more dynamic. It's called structure scan, and it consists of side scan and down scan. It gives us a picture of the underwater world like we've never had before. Have a look at this.
Regular two-dimensional sonar shows you only what's below the boat, within the cone of the sonar pulse. Lowrance's new side scan lets you see what lies well out to either side of the boat as well, while their amazing down scan system gives you a much clearer three-dimensional image of targets and bottom structure underneath the vessel. Together, side scan and down scan comprise the revolutionary new structure scan system from Lowrance, providing an unparalleled view of the underwater world. Side scan works like a powerful spotlight, shining its beam of sonar waves out to each side of the vessel to illuminate targets. Hard objects return a bright signal with clearly defined shadow areas behind the object, indicating its shape, height and orientation. Here, a set of bridge pylons to the port side of the vessel are clearly painted, while the down scan image overlaid on the standard two-dimensional broadband picture reveals a dense cloud of baitfish in the current scoured hollows around the pylons. Submerged snags are also painted in great detail.
And here there's the butt of it. Yep. And the tree has fallen over and you're seeing all the...
Yep. And there's still virtually small twigs hanging off, and you can see them all the way through.
And it's casting the shadows, so that it's picking up the side and casting the shadows on the left-hand side.
All the shadows pulling off the left-hand side. That's amazing.
What we've got coming up here, guys, you've got a swimming pool, so it's got mesh net sitting down it. And what we're actually going to see here is you'll actually be able to see the diamond pattern of the mesh, the structure scan.
Yeah, there it is.
You can have a look at that. See, it's got that there, and it's showing the pattern scale, the scale pattern onto the shadow. You see,
it's unbelievable.
Pylons as we go through.
Shadows off them.
Shadows off them.
Clearly seeing the bottom and structure beneath and beside the boat is one thing, but we're here to find and catch some fish. Here we can see a dense school of bait and predators, clearly shown on both side scan and down scan images. And by adjusting the range of the side scan image, we obtain an even clearer picture, indicating that the school we're picking up underneath the hull of the boat also extends well out to our right or starboard side. This is vital information for anglers.
Oh, and that's your bridge pylon. Yeah. Sitting straight down there. More fish coming in here. Right, which is that lot in there.
Of course, there's nothing quite like putting on-screen theory into practice, and by flicking a couple of soft plastics into the areas around the bridge pylons, where we'd located the bait aggregations and the larger fish, we were quickly able to prove that the predators showing in mid-water were actually chopper tailor preying on the dense herring schools.
Yeah, would be a good one for the smoker.
Downscan can also help to clarify the exact nature of targets that you're seeing in the regular two-dimensional broadband sonar images received by your unit. Here, individual fish are shown as separate, smaller and more clearly defined targets on the downscan image occupying the left-hand side of the screen. By contrast, the standard two-dimensional picture to the right is painted with broader brush strokes, if you like, and requires a little more interpretation on the part of the user. Sometimes it's tricky to sort the fish from the background clutter in 2D. Not so with downscan. Check out the difference. We suspected that some of these individual targets located away from the bait might be school mulloway or dusky flathead, and a switch to a larger soft plastic fish right on the bottom quickly confirmed that guess.
Silver. Oh, very good. I'm young.
Josh.
Thank you.
I've got even unhooking for you too,
you
mate.
have too. You've done well, mate. Thank you for that.
Very nice fish.
Of course, the benefits of Lowrance's structure scan aren't limited to estuary, freshwater and bay fishing. The system also works extra well in deeper offshore scenarios. Here we're hunting for snapper, yellowtail kingfish and other desirable targets over some deeper reef country. Have a look at the difference between the down-scan picture of the seabed, reef and fish on the left of the screen and the two-dimensional broadband image to the right. One helps to clarify and explain the other. Here we can see some really solid individual targets hunting the edge of the baitfish schools.
Finally see Starla get blown You got a fair bit of wood on it, Starla?
Eh?
You got a fair bit of wood on that fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, that's the main thing.
A soft plastic drop to the bottom proves that some
wood on,
big, powerful predators are on the prowl too. I find myself hooked up solid and losing lots of line.
What do we need on, mate? We need a...
You get anything on that bait, but...
It was a great take. It was like a big snapper take. It just sucked 20 feet of slack. Yeah. Ooh.
Not got the big bump, has it?
Oh, is that on the bottom?
In this case, I'd bitten off a little more than I could chew using relatively light tackle, and I was in all sorts of trouble. Scott drove the boat around the fish to change the line angle in an effort to coax it out of the kelp bed, with some short-term success.
I don't know how much damage is done now. See, too much damage. 16-pound leader. Feels like the hooks. Oh, look at the kelp on the line.
I'm sure it was ready to get the kelp coming off there.
Bugger.
Oh, boys.
Lowrance structure scan might help you find the fish, but in the end, it's up to you to land them. Fortunately, Dave Silver was able to find a more manageable opponent along the reef edge.
Good boy, David.
Come on, little fishy.
Well, they were showing there on the structure scan.
Oh, this fish is
growing, 2.8.
That one's only a little bit big. Hey, look at that.
Yeah, well, he's got lovely colour to him. Look at the colour.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mate. There should be some bigger ones of those poking around here.
That's the go.
And he's pretty keen to eat that.
He's very happy. Look at that. Hey, little mate.
Beautiful colour, huh? Not as dark as you'd expect on that shallow reef there. And look at the fish. Look at the fish near that sounder there now. More of them with a little bit of luck. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's the go.
All right.
No matter whether you fish offshore or in bays, harbours, estuaries and freshwater environments, Lowrance's exciting new structure scan takes recreational sonar to the next level. Check out the structure scan story on Lowrance's website and talk to your local dealer about fitting a structure scan module and transducer to your Lowrance HTS sounder this season.